So, as fans of Drag Race, I think we all have our own fun challenges that we would love to see. And as a Drag Race superfan, obviously, I have a lot of challenge ideas that I would love to see on the show. And if any producers are listening, I am willing to help you storyboard this. Hit me up. Hit a bitch up. I want to share a couple of the ideas that I had. There are four really fun challenges that I think would be a really great time. So the first challenge would sort of be a separate group situation, sort of like what they did in season 6 and season 12. And this would be a jailbirds challenge. So each team would get a musical number that is sort of inspired by a classic jailbird scene. So the first one would be based off of Big Dollhouse from Hairspray, and it'd be a little more of a camp number, but it would be an opportunity for the queens to be able to talk about themselves and to be able to share something about them in the style of this 60s Big Dollhouse type setting. And I think that would be so fun to see. And then the second group would receive Cell Block Tango. And I know that they've already kind of riffed off of Chicago before, but I think this one would be such an interesting theme juxtapositioned with something that was a little more camp. So you could really separate the performers and have some of the camp queens in the first group and then have more of the like sexy body queens in the second one and really play to their strengths, see what they could do on that very first number and give us something really exciting. The second challenge that I would love to see is a mystery dinner theater improv comedy challenge. And I feel like the improv comedy challenges are always where the queens get tripped up because there's such bizarre, odd challenges. But mystery dinner theater is such a classic theater trope. It is really where personalities get to shine and thrive. And especially if they just sort of have very loose ideas of what their characters are and they can really make that pop, and they're all trying to convince us as the audience that they are not the killer. Maybe we never even find out who the actual killer was by the end of it, but they could theme it after the big Snatch Game season 14 fiasco, and it could be like who killed Snatch Game, and they could theme it after that. They could theme it after who killed Lady Bunny. They could do was Robbie Turner's Uber driver really dead. There are so many different things that they could do that would be so fun to see. I'm imagining that it would be a great opportunity for the queens to really showcase their improv talents in a challenge that is built to be funny. I would also love to see Snatch Game live. So this would be sort of in the same vein of like Divas Live, but it would be classic Snatch Game characters. And you could have Dame Maggie Smith or Cher, Tamar Braxton, Little Edie, Brittany. And you could have all these big characters that come out, and the queen would be responsible for not only evoking that character, but the characterization that the queen who performed them as. So, sort of doing a Bianca-esque look if doing Judge Judy, or a Jinx-esque type performance as Judy Garland. And you could really showcase each one of these divas and celebrate past seasons. Potentially this could even be an All-Stars challenge. That would be really fun to riff off of some really classic Snatch Game moments. And the fourth and final challenge that I think we are desperate to see is a gay icons ball. So this would be the sewing challenge, and maybe the first two categories could be something really big and gay iconic, but the big part of the challenge would be getting a box that has things inspired by a gay icon like Cher or Lady Gaga, Judy Garland, Britney Spears, Madonna, Janet Jackson. A lot of these really big, iconic women. It would be so cool to see that because we've had challenges that have touched on this, but nothing that's really pushed it quite there. So those are the challenges that I would love to see on an upcoming Drag Race season. Let me know what you would like to see, if you have any really cool challenges that you've got sitting in the back of your head that you would love to see.